Hey, what's up guys? Today I'll be doing a review on the Fortress Boxing Super Strap 2.0 boxing gloves. So check it out. Okay guys, so today we're going to do a close-up weigh-in and review on the Fortress Boxing Super Strap 2.0 boxing gloves. These are full genuine leather construction made in Pakistan. And what makes these gloves unique, it actually has a built-in Velcro strap that goes higher up on the wrist to really give you much more rigid and supportive feel around your wrist. I actually did my top 5 sparring gloves, and these are currently my favorite sparring gloves for various reasons, which you guys will find out here during the review. But you can see it's a really nice looking glove. It's in this black and light blue colorway. They have other colors to choose from. Triple cuff design, 16 ounces, which is what I decided to go with. Yeah, that Fortress Boxing logo on the back of the glove. It says SS 2.0 on the thumb, a leather attached thumb there as well. Just to show you guys the cuff, the back of the wrist, I would say has about 1.5 inches of padding. It's firm density that really locks your wrist in. So in addition to that Velcro strap right here, the laces, you also get a really well padded wrist support, which is really nice. I'd say about almost 1/2 inch of padding on the inside of the wrist, right up here, all the way right there, as well as on this side. You have that light blue piping, the black piping around the thumb, ventilated holes on both the palm on the inside of the thumb. And the grip bar here, I'd say is about medium in size. And just show you guys kind of a close-up of the stitching. The cuff, nice tricot liner that's really smooth, doesn't bunch up. Really nice and comfortable. And they also use soft latex padding in here that has a little bit more of a softer to medium density, which is good for bag work, but especially good for sparring. So you won't do a lot of damage to your sparring partner. And it's pretty well padded. So the fact that the density on here is not rock solid, but it's not like a puncher's glove either where you can just punch right through it. It's really nice. So it's really well balanced. So let's go ahead and put these on the scale, see how much these weigh. That's them next to each other. Start with the right glove. And again, these are 16 ounces, so hopefully they'll be close to that. So again, including the laces, with the laces, you're looking about, and I'm including the lace and loops, I guess. We'll just toss that on there. Yeah, you're looking at right almost exactly at 16 ounces right there. And then the left glove, let's go ahead and throw the left glove on there with the laces too. And yeah, I mean, if you subtract the lace and loop, you're looking at right exactly at 16 ounces. So they're pretty much on weight, which is really great to see. So let's go ahead and do the review. Hey, what's up guys? Carlo here, and today I'm doing a review on the Fortress Boxing Super Strap 2.0 boxing gloves. I got mine in the black and light teal colorway, 16 ounces, and they also have this anywhere between 10 to 16 ounces, and multiple colors like a white and orange. I believe they also have like a black and a rose gold. So different styles and sizes to choose from. Just go on to their website and check out and see if there's anything that catches your eye. And Fortress Boxing is a company that's been around for a while now. They're really known for their hand wraps, but they also have some pretty cool boxing gear, including gloves, headgear, groin protectors, and other kinds of products. These gloves I really love for several reasons, and these are currently my favorite sparring gloves. If you guys saw, I did a little while back, I did a top 5 sparring gloves, and these rank #1. The main thing with these gloves, aside from their really nice build and the quality, is the fact that they use the super strap system, which gives you more support, especially around your wrist, which you really want as far as a sparring glove goes. This glove is made in Pakistan. It's full genuine leather construction. It uses a medium to soft density latex foam padding on the inside. And you can see design-wise, it's a really nice looking glove. You have the Fortress Boxing logo on the back of the glove. The leather itself has kind of a satin finish to it. And has kind of a smoother grain to it. It's not super textured in that regard. The super strap system is basically an additional Velcro strap that you have that goes across this portion of your wrist. So what that does is it kind of mimics a lot of the old school techniques that coaches typically would use, where they would actually put some tape over this portion of the glove if they're wrapping it up to really lock your wrist in. They also use laces to do that as well, and they locking your wrist using the laces to really give you much more support higher up here on this wrist section. So basically prevents your wrist from really flexing a lot. A lot of times gloves will have the wrist support or the Velcro underneath this portion, so you have basically the support down here, but it still allows for your wrist to move and your hand to be able to rotate around. So that's basically the concept behind the super strap, is to give you a more locked in feel. In addition to having a good amount of padding around the wrist as well as these laces, you're basically just giving yourself another layer of support with the super strap system. So again, you can see that there. It also says SS 2.0, which is the acronym for super strap. You have a leather attached thumb. Go ahead and close this off. And a split palm with the black and the teal color, ventilated holes on the palm as well as on the thumb. You have that teal piping right there, double stitching, black piping on the thumb right there. The inside, I love, it uses this really comfortable tricot liner that's really smooth, feels really silky. You have that teal piping around the cuff, and they give you a ton of padding on the back of the wrist, about 1.5 inches on this triple cuff. So it has a decent amount of flexibility, but it's very thick and supportive. And I'd say about 1/2 inch on the inside of the wrist that goes up to right about there on both sides. So a really well supportive glove. And you can tell when they designed this, that's really what they had in mind, was comfort and support. And they definitely excel at both of those things. Now, quality-wise, these gloves are nice, man. I really didn't find any flaws as far as the quality goes. The stitching all looks really clean. All the edges, the areas where you get a lot more stress on a glove, you know, underneath the fingertip compartment, looks pretty clean overall. The stitching is done nicely. The holes are all poked out. Nothing's crooked. Where the index finger meets the thumb, the attached thumb is good. It doesn't poke out. The logo on the back of the glove that's printed is symmetrical with the other glove, as well as the one on the thumb. The Velcro strap for the super strap, the Velcro is nice and grabby, so you have no issues with that. And you can see that it's stitched onto the side right there. And it's kind of plugged into the back, or should I say the side of the glove. And again, the colors look really nice and vibrant on the glove itself. No issues on the edges right there. Nice long flat black laces. The inside of the liner is not torn or exposed foam. You have the label inside there, the warning label, as well as the Fly logo, or not the Fly logo, the Fortress logo. Sorry, wrong UK brand. And then a nice smooth liner on the inside. So that all looks really good. They also have the 16-ounce tag right here in the back of the piping. So overall, I mean, I can't complain. I've used it several times already, and they've held up really nicely. Overall, the quality on these is really good. You can see they're really well balanced, and a lot of that has to do with the weight distribution of the padding in here, where they put a good amount of padding throughout the wrist area, and it's not just heavy top loaded towards the front of the hand compartment. So the fact that they can balance it really nicely is definitely an added benefit. The good thing about these gloves being lace up is that you can use your lacing loops, and there's still a good amount of room on this section of the wrist for the Velcro to go around. Or if you have somebody lace them for you, then you don't have to worry about that. Now, comfort is probably one of the best things about these gloves. You slide your hand in here, you take that super strap system off. And one thing I noticed that Fortress really improved with compared to their first iteration of this boxing glove. I did a review on that a couple years ago. They were a light blue and white, so you guys can check that one out. But the biggest difference I feel they made with those gloves and these is they made it a little slightly more compact. The originals were more bulkier. They're a little bit more bulbish around the hand compartment, so they made these a little more sleeker. The thumb feels amazing. It's nice and parallel where it needs to be. You don't have any issues with your thumb jamming. So if you have a longer thumb, you won't have any issues with jamming at the very tip. I know some people have that issue. The material that they use on the inside is really well padded, but the liner feels good. There's no bunching up. So the fact that they were able to really implement the small details is what really makes a big difference in these gloves, especially if you're doing a successor to a previous model, you obviously want to make sure to improve on that. Otherwise, what's the point in making another model if you're not improving, right? But the biggest thing to me is how broken in this glove is. Even when I got these brand new, they had a really nice broken in feel. You didn't feel like they were super stiff, so I like that a lot. Nice deep finger compartment, grip bars in a perfect spot. You don't have to worry about the piping kind of pinching down right here on your thumb, so that feels good. The finger compartment has that same tricot liner that's really nice and comfortable, and you can make an excellent fist. And then of course, the main feature of this glove, and probably the best feature in my opinion, is going to be the super strap system. So obviously when you lace your gloves up, you're going to have that all tied off on the back. Usually the laces go between the tracks on the triple cuff right here. Or if you're using a lace and loop like I do, is you can go around it with the lace and loops where they kind of like lock things in, and then you have your lace and loop system. So you have that basically for the lower portion of the glove, but you also have the super strap that you can use, and that basically goes across your wrist, the upper portion of your wrist, and really locks it in. So you really get a sensation of not having to worry about your wrist getting messed up or any kind of issues with perhaps landing a punch at a wrong angle. You know, when you're in the middle of sparring, you're throwing punches, sometimes your punches don't land where they're intended to land. You'll throw a punch and maybe he kind of ducks out of the way or he slips, and you might get him on the side of the head or in the neck or on a bone, or maybe you throw a body shot and instead of hitting him where you want to, like in the liver or on the side of the body, you end up hitting him in the hip, and your hand kind of ends up turning in the wrong direction because you're hitting the hip bone rather than you're hitting the body itself. So, you know, any type of those things can happen in the middle of training, especially with sparring, which is why I rank this glove #1 in sparring, because it's comfortable. You have a nice medium to soft density foam padding over the knuckle area. It's full genuine leather. The thumb feels great. And the big thing is going to be the super strap system. So the support you're getting, obviously from the standard laces or the lace and loops if you decide to use those. But the super strap to me is kind of the game changer with this glove, especially for sparring, because you don't really have to have that apprehensiveness, or you're not worried about landing a shot that might go off the wrong direction and you do some kind of damage to your wrist. So the extra wrist support is really nice in having that. But overall, the comfort on these are definitely amazing. I love the comfort. Protection and performance, a well-balanced glove. I mean, I feel that they excel at sparring, obviously, but you can also use them for mitts, use them for bag work. The padding in here isn't too stiff. It's not like a molded foam to where you don't get any feedback when you hit a bag. So I definitely feel if you're using this on a heavy bag, if it's a softly filled bag or more of a densely filled bag, I still think these would perform really well. But they really perform, obviously, when you use them for sparring. But you get a decent amount of crack out of these. They feel good. They absorb shock pretty well. You know, they're not a full-on bag glove. They're more of a training / sparring glove. So if you're looking for something that's just a dedicated bag glove, I mean, you could use these for that, but there's definitely other choices as far as just primarily bag work. But overall, a really good training and sparring glove. Now, these retail for 99 British pounds. If you were to convert that over to US dollars, you're looking at about 140 US dollars for these gloves once you do your conversion to whatever currency you're using. So again, 140 US dollars for us, which I think is a good price, considering that you're getting that extra super strap system that's built into the wrist. But the build quality on these are very nice. I love the leather on here. The thumb feels excellent. The comfort, the broken in feel that you're getting from these gloves, the kind of padding that they use, you know, they put more of an emphasis on the wrist support, especially with the padding on the back of the wrist as well as on the front. So I just love the thought process that they put behind this glove. Sometimes you feel gloves from companies are kind of thrown together, or they use too many gimmicks. I don't feel like that with this glove at all. I feel like this glove is very purposeful in the way they designed it, which I love. I feel like anytime the company goes forth and they try to innovate it in a way where it actually makes sense and it works, then that's a huge bonus. So overall, I mean, for $140, I think these are great gloves, good colors to choose from, really cool design, multiple sizes. So I definitely recommend these gloves a lot. So if you guys have any questions or comments, make sure you guys leave them down below in the comments box. I'll put the link in the description box where you can find these Fortress Boxing Super Strap 2.0 boxing gloves. I'll see you guys later. Take care.